How are you doing tonight? In order to prepare for our unit on exponential functions and their inverses, we need to spend some time reviewing exponent rules. So I'm going to walk you through a couple examples, going to give you some time to practice, and then we'll go from there. So by definition, exponent. Exponent is telling us how many times we're going to use the base as a factor. So in our first example, we have our base of 2 being raised to the third power. Thus, we can expand that out. 1, 2, 3 factors of 2 ultimately would give us a value of 8. So 2 to the third power we know is 8. Definition of an exponent. Moving on. First exponent rule. If we have 8 to the second, we're going to multiply that by 8 to the 6th power. First thing I know is that I need 2 factors of 8, and then I'm going to multiply that with 6 more factors of 8 to find the end result. So taking 2 factors, adding 6 more factors to it, in the end will give us 8 factors of 8, thus 8 to the 8th power. So exponent rule says if we have the same base, they're being multiplied, we can keep the base, we can add the exponents to find the value of the exponential expression. Next exponent rule. I have 10 factors of x in the numerator. I have 8 factors of x in the denominator. We know that if we take something, we divide it by itself, ultimately those two factors, would cancel each other out, leaving us with a factor of 1. So in the end, I would be able to cancel 8 common factors to the numerator and the denominator, thus creating 8 factors of 1. Well, we know if we take 8 factors of 1 and multiply them together, that would leave us with a factor of 1, left with 2 additional factors of x in the numerator. So thus, we're left with x to the second power. So the exponent rule says if we have the same factor, they're being divided, we can keep the base, we can subtract the exponents, leaving us with x squared. Okay. Last exponent rule before I give you some time to practice, it says I'm going to have x to the third. My base is x to the third, 3 factors of x, and I'm then raising that to the 4th power. So I can expand that out. I would have 1 factor of x to the third with another, 1 more, giving us, in this case, 4 factors of x to the third. Well, if I would break that down further, that would be 3 factors with 3 more factors would give us 6 factors. With 3 more factors would give us 9. With 3 more factors would ultimately give us x to the 12th power. So what we're seeing here is repeated addition. And we know that repeated addition is the same thing as multiplication. Thus, we're getting x to the 4th times 3. So that would yield us x to the 12th power. So ultimately, if we have a base, we have an x, it's being raised to the 3rd power, and then that is serving as our base being raised to the 4th power. Ultimately, we can keep the base the same and we can multiply the exponents to find the value of the exponential expression. So why don't you try the following?